And we've got some breaking news just coming in from Reuters and other sources, Deborah, which is that the Navy, the British Navy, has completed a concentrated operation to shadow Russian warships after unusually high levels of activity in the English Channel and the North Sea. What do you know about that?
Yes, this is an interesting development and really underlines concerns that are being raised by senior officials about how this coronavirus pandemic across the world is a huge distraction for governments and could potentially be exploited by adversaries. And that's why, while you've got up to 20,000 military personnel on standby to help the government in its COVID-19 response, you've also got preparations underway to ensure that critical military operations, such as the one you've just described with the Royal Navy shadowing Russian vessels off the coast, so that they are able to continue. It's not just the naval operations, it's also the RAF being able to scramble fast jets to patrol the skies. It's also the counter-terrorism forces that are able to mobilise in the event of any kind of terrorist attacks. These personnel have to be fit and healthy. Many of them are being isolated or quarantined to ensure that they don't have COVID-19. And when that does happen and the military is expecting at the pandemic's peak for their workforce too to be hit, just like everybody else, potentially 20% of the workforce unable to go to work, that there are contingencies in place to ensure that those key operations aren't allowed to slide, and that Britain's national security is not compromised by the pandemic.
Deborah, we just got this statement in from the Royal Navy, as you say, making the point that the Royal Navy is helping the NHS and government departments deal with coronavirus. But 9 British ships have been involved in this operation, shadowing Russian vessels. Type 23 frigates, HMS Kent, HMS Sutherland, HMS Argyle, HMS Richmond join offshore patrol vessels, HMS Time and HMS Mersey, along with RFA Tide Force, Tide Spring and HMS Echo. And Lieutenant Nick Ward of HMS Tyne said, as the armed forces are helping the NHS, it's essential the Navy continues to deliver the tasks we've always performed to help keep Britain safe. This is very much part of our normal operations, he said. Also, Merlin and Wildcat helicopters from the Naval Air Squadrons supporting that operation. And NATO duties also saw HMS Sutherland support a French carrier strike group led by the aircraft carrier Charles de Gaulle in recent weeks. So that's what we know. We will have more on that. Russian ships, unusually high activity around the UK and the Channel and the North Sea.